Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Nima, and this is Here is Nima, where we talk about all things fashion, beauty, lifestyle, feminine energy, feminine essence, self-love and development, simple luxuries, travel, and all of that stuff, guys. I just never want to confine myself. I always want to have, just a very broad scope on this channel because I love talking about and showing you guys different things and different aspects to kind of like my life and the things that I enjoy. So, if any of that is up your alley, definitely make sure to like and subscribe. And guys, this has been a video that I've been really nervous to film. I'm really excited to share it with you guys today. I'm just going to be sharing with you kind of my level up story, my level up journey, and hopefully this will give you some inspiration as we go into a new year. I think definitely for me, as I was kind of making notes for today's video, I was thinking back, in the last couple of years and just how I've grown and how I've changed and how I've leveled up, and thinking also about so many of the other things that I want to accomplish. But it really does pay, and I think it really does mean a lot when you're able to look back and be like, whoa, like I actually did a lot of the things that I wanted to do, and I leveled up and I learned and I grew and I know better now and I'm doing better now, and like all of these different things. So if you want to tune in and listen to my story, definitely make sure to keep on watching. So, leveling up. If you don't know, and I'm just going to do a little quick synopsis here on what it means to level up. Leveling up is kind of like the new term, right? To like glowing up. Except for leveling up, I feel like is more involved. Leveling up is not just, putting on a cute little outfit and throwing on some makeup and some, hair and saying that you're leveled up. I mean, that is part of it, right? And if you are kind of in the community where there's a lot of girls right now on YouTube kind of talking about this whole concept of embracing your femininity, your feminine energy, feminine essence, and leveling up, and whatever all that means, right? But I'm basically going to be coming at this video from the perspective of leveling up on a total scale. For me, I always knew that leveling up was going to be a lot more involved than that. I mean, I guess to an extent, I never knew how deep it was going to get for me. At this point, I am someone who I am fully committed to my level up for the rest of my life. I mean, leveling up as a total is not just physical, it is emotional. Physical is part of it, but financially, mentally, just overall, just within yourself, internally, doing that inner work, getting yourself to that next level to where you don't even see things in the same way. Your mindset is shifted, your mindset is changed. You don't even relate to people and situations and circumstances in the same way, which that to me is like, once you start hitting that inner work part, that is where the true level up really, really begins. Because hair, makeup, outfits, that's fun. That's easy to me. I mean, I know it, some people do struggle with it. I have always been, the type of girl that I love to dress up. I loved fashion. I loved putting things together. Even if I didn't have the resources, I was able to kind of work my way around it and do what I could do to make myself look the way that I wanted to look. And I feel like there are a lot of girls out there like that, but then there are some women that do struggle with it. So I feel like, you just kind of have to understand that when it comes to the physical part of the level up, and this is a tough one for a lot of people to swallow, but that your looks do matter, and human beings do judge based on your looks. I have another video on this where I talk more in depth about this topic, but a lot of girls that I've seen that have been on a similar journey to mine have gone to extreme lengths to basically improve their physical appearance, plastic surgery, dental work, and, you know, weight loss, all of those things. I would never knock it. As far as physical leveling up physically goes, the most that I've ever done is lose weight, and I have had some dental work done. Thank goodness. Um, and even then, I could have gotten more done, and I didn't. I mean, you know, for various reasons. But at this point, I feel like physically, I am kind of where I want to be. Of course, you know, I still have some health and fitness goals that I'm working towards in the new year. But physically, I feel like, you know, I kind of have my look together. I know what I like. I know, you know, kind of my style, and I know what suits me. In several different areas, and I know what I like, which is really what is the most important thing. I think as a woman in general, just knowing who you are, what your style is, and what you want to achieve, you know, with that style, because I feel like it's almost like you're telling a story, right? Every time you wake up in the morning and you get dressed, you're telling the world who you are. And if anybody's going to try to tell you that looks don't matter, you know, people just need to like you for who you are on the inside, it sounds nice, you know, but life is not a fairy tale. And human beings absolutely do judge off of appearances. So instead of being upset about that and trying to, you know, fight that or push against that, I say use it to your advantage. Wake up in the morning and dress exactly how you want to be addressed. Okay? I've got my cute little beret on for you guys today, and my little Burberry like scarf. And you know, I always kind of think of my style as being like chic and classic at the same time. Trendy when I want to be, but not super duper. I'm not a big trends girl. And through my level up, I've just been able to kind of discover my style and my preferences through that. And you know, it's also tailored to my goals and kind of what I'm also working towards for my future. So when it comes to the mental level up, I make a ton of videos on my channel about the mental level up. And this is something that you may not necessarily, well, depending on your particular journey and how you kind of change along the way. I think that once you start dressing better and start presenting yourself in a better light, you will automatically start to kind of meet some backlash from people that know you, and that know how you were and how you used to be and all of those things. And so that's kind of where I feel like, at least for me and a lot of girls I've spoken to that are on a similar journey have experienced, is kind of dealing with that, right? Dealing with friends and family kind of making these sideways comments, these remarks, and not necessarily that you're doing anything to provoke that, but once you start just wanting to do better, I mean, leveling up is not just looks, like I mentioned before, but when you start, you know, trying to make better financial decisions, thinking about how to grow your money, thinking about what you need to do to get that promotion in your job, thinking about dating better men, you know, that's a big one too. When I first started my level up journey, I was in a relationship that I honestly, you know, it became so apparent that, and I wouldn't say I had no business being in, because I did learn a lot from that relationship, and it was a stepping stone for me, to, you know, if I wouldn't have gone through being with that person, I wouldn't have known so much of the things that I knew, and in such a short period of time. So I don't see it as a waste of time or anything, but I do believe that, of course, we were not meant to be together, but I do believe that, you know, once you do start leveling up and wanting more for yourself and more for your life, you know, you want to live in the nicer area, you want to get the better jobs, you want to lead a certain lifestyle, you want to start vacationing in better, you know, places and a more upgraded lifestyle. That's a big part of the level up too. You want to start looking better, feeling better, you're eating healthier, okay? Maybe you're not going to the fast food restaurants like you used to with your friends, drinking, you know, the types of things that they used to drink, and you included, right? Like, you're just changing. It's a total upgrade, you know, mind, body, soul, spirit, everything around you, your physical space, you know. My environment has changed so much. And even if you go back in my other videos, just seeing like all the different backgrounds that I have, this room has gone through so many changes. And, you know, at some point, you know, when it's the right time, I'm also going to be, you know, outgrowing this space and moving on to a new space. And I'm so excited that I started my channel when I did, so that you can see that evolution. But, you know, back to the relationship. I'm totally getting off topic. So in that relationship, at one point when we had started, it seemed like we had more in common, more, you know, of the similar lifestyle goals. And as I started to level up and I started to learn that, you know, actually, and, you know, prior to me kind of learning some of the things that I've learned about men and just me wanting to be in my feminine, in a relationship, and, you know, living my life a certain way as a woman and how I wanted to just live in my authenticity. Of course, that affected, you know, the types of men I wanted to be with and the type of dynamic I wanted to have in my relationship. And, you know, of course, I've always wanted marriage. But for me, I didn't know, you know, until maybe like once I graduated college, that, you know, working as far as the career path that I was on was not really for me. I didn't know a lot of the realities of what it meant for women in the workplace, and especially women that wanted to get married, have families, etc., and what it really meant to kind of live that life and the type of sacrifices that those women make, because it's just not something that is very openly discussed, especially, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Those are things that are just not openly discussed. But when I was in college, I used to babysit and nanny a lot for, you know, moms that were stay-at-home moms, and you know, maybe they did work part-time online or something like that, but they were mostly at home and available for their families. And I always kind of thought, wow, that's really nice. But once I kind of made the decision that at some point in my life, I would like to transition to have more of that lifestyle, just to be able to live a more harmonious life, when it came to, you know, being in my feminine and living a more authentic life kind of in my womanhood and all of that. And with the goals that I had, that did not align with the guy I was dating, okay? So we started off at one point, and once I started leveling up and learning about a lot of these things, it turned out that we were not a match. And I guess prior to leveling up, I never really knew. I always kind of thought that, and maybe this is naive, although I do still feel there's some truth to it. You know, if a man loves you, you know, he will do anything for you. He will, you know, want to please you and want to do those things for you, which I still believe is true. But I also feel like a man is not going to do those things to a certain extent unless his values are in alignment. Because there are some men that, like, it could work out that way for some women, but I feel that, you know, even then, no, like, your values, I feel like, as a woman and as a man, you know, for two people in a relationship, they have to be in the same, they have to be in alignment. I love using the word alignment because it's just perfect to basically explain what I'm talking about. So if your values are in alignment, it's just going to be so much easier. You know, if you are more traditional, if you are a woman who wants to live a lifestyle with your partner who is supportive of you, being more so in your feminine, in that relationship, and if you have a desire to be at home, all of those things. And you guys know, like, I'm a teacher. I'll tell you this though, I was not ever going to be a teacher, ever. I probably shared this in another video, I'm not sure, but I was studying communication and marketing. I was going to go and get my MBA. I mean, I was on a completely different path. And even in my internships, I saw the what the women had to do, you know, the women that were working and with kids and things like that. And nothing against working mothers. My mom was a working mom. Shout out to all the moms out there. It has nothing to do with with that. You know, I'm not here to knock down women. I'm here to uplift and support women. But I honestly feel that for women who want to have a more home-centered life, who want to have, you know, a more harmonious, balanced life when it comes to, you know, them just being more so in that kind of traditional caretaker role and women in the home type of role, it's not really fair in society. Women like that are kind of put down for wanting those things and for desiring those things. But the truth is, and I found this out after I graduated from college, because I was always thought I was just career driven. I was gonna, you know, be in corporate and I wanted to, you know, rise and climb the corporate ladder. I thought that that's what I wanted because I feel like that's what society kind of conditioned me to want. And the truth is I couldn't do it. I hated it. I hated getting up every day and being in an office for 8 hours a day. And, you know, I would honestly argue that a lot of women feel that way in the workplace. And that was kind of my cue to kind of thinking about my life ahead. And if I did, you know, meet someone and I was going to get married and things were moving in that direction, what kind of a lifestyle would I want to have once I did start a family, right? And so that was a big thing that kind of happened for me at the beginning of my level up journey. That relationship ended and I kind of started dating with a different mindset. I started looking for aligned values more than I guess whether I liked someone and whether he was nice and I don't know, whether he was cute, right? Like those are the typical things that, you know, people look for. And yeah, all of that is good and well. But at the end of the day, if our values are not in alignment at this point, you guys, and you guys know, I would never come on here and share any relationship with you guys that was not like, he put a ring on it, like we are getting married and yeah. And who knows if I'd even do it when I was engaged. I might just wait until after the wedding, but you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't introduce anybody at this point to my family or anything like that unless it was leading to marriage, because this is just the place that I'm at right now. I feel like leveling up has been back to the mental, right? Leveling up mentally has been such a game changer for me, because I feel like once you truly understand self-love, what true self-love is, and you truly not only love yourself, but you also see your own worth, dating, relationships, friendships, family relationships, everything changes for you. It changes for you because you start to see, you know, what it really is. Some relationships are not what you wish they were, and it's unfortunate. I've had this happen with, you know, and I've told you guys, you know, with a couple of friendships that I've had in the past, some family relationships, and of course, romantic relationships. These things, you know, things have changed, okay? And please do expect that to happen, especially the more that you level up mentally, and the more that you continue to have success in your life, the more that, you know, your life continues to be upgraded. You kind of do start to see how people treat you, and you know, I mean, and it's not always in one way, the same way, you know. It's not always, you know, it's not always necessarily bad, but you may just feel that you're growing apart from people. Like that has also happened to me. And nothing happened, nobody did anything wrong or said anything wrong, but I didn't feel right, you know, and I just didn't feel like I was spending time or giving my energy and my time to people who truly understood me. And maybe they did at one point in the past, you know, and then, you know, things may be said, things may happen, but at the end of the day, it boils down to the simple fact that you just don't have as much in common anymore, and you're gonna have to, you know, protect yourself on this journey. That is a big thing that you have to learn, along with the mental and the spiritual, because I feel that, you know, especially if you are on this path of just self-development and embracing your feminine essence and your feminine energy and living in alignment, a big part of that is spirituality. And we know that women always for like since the beginning of time. Like, we have always been the ones that are more spiritually inclined, okay? We've got that women's intuition that God gave us, and we just know things, okay? Women are just wise. When they say girls mature faster than boys, hey, that also means in the spiritual context, okay? So that's a part of ourselves that we need to really, really protect and nurture and respect, and really, really kind of incubate so that it can grow, so that we can, be able to kind of build on that self-trust. As far as the mental level up and the spiritual level up, those are kind of my experiences and my thoughts on that. Of course, in 2022, we are moving on. We are moving up. Okay, we are doing better. We are getting more. We're becoming more. And I know for me, there are a couple of things that I've been wanting to check off of my never ending to-do list, but that are on my short list, I'll say. Things that I want to accomplish for myself, just to get myself further ahead, short-term goals that I just haven't been able to accomplish this year. And so I'm moving on into 2022 with that kind of being, my first priorities in the first 3 to 4 months, and just really zeroing in and focusing on these things. And I've been watching lots of content. I'm like super, super pumped and excited for 2022. I'm excited for this channel. I'm praying that, we're going to be able to grow and keep on growing. And, if this video blessed you, by the way, if you were touched by it, if you got anything from it, definitely make sure to like, subscribe, and send it to someone. Send it to someone, a girlfriend, your mom, your sister, your auntie, your cousin, anybody that you feel like could benefit from this message. I am all for women leveling up. I love to see it. I have, honestly, looking back on my journey, I've seen so much growth, and in every area, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and even financial. I mean, I have been able to accomplish things. I have been able to get myself to a point where I am able to have more than I've ever really had before, financially speaking. And I'm so excited to continue to do more of that in 2022. Okay, I receive it, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Yes. Amen and amen. I am looking forward to that so much. And that looks different for me than it may look for you, than it may look for the next girl and the next girl. But leveling up is honestly such a personal thing. Of course, there's a lot of overlap. Most of the time, I think women really, well, what I really feel is women want to feel secure. They want to feel secure in themselves. They want to feel beautiful. They want to feel happy, and like they're able to live the life that they really want to live, the life of their dreams. That they're able to become the women of their dreams and live the life of their dreams. And to me, that is what makes leveling up so personal. Is it may look different for me than it does for you. Some women don't want to get married and have a family, okay? That is something that I hope to do at the right time. But some women don't aspire for that. They aspire, to become financially free, and, they may have a partner, they may not. Some women, leveling up is just going to mean, getting their look together and being able to, achieve kind of success in a certain career field. I mean, and what I said before is just personal to me as far as my view on career and kind of my aspirations on that. I know there are a lot of women out there, just like there are a lot of women that may or may not care so much about being career oriented. For some women, it's just a job. You have a job, you work your job, you get paid, you pay your bills. And then you live your life outside of that you enjoy a lot more. And then there are other women that are much more career oriented, that actually, really enjoy what they do. And kudos to them. I think that is awesome. I think that's part of the reason why, feminism existed, is so that we can have, the right to choose and do what we want to do when we want to do it. it's just unfortunate that women on one side or the other would get backlash. And you know, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But if this video touched you, definitely make sure to like, subscribe, and share. I love you guys. I'm not going to keep on talking and going on and on and on, because trust me, I can do it. Okay, and you know this. So I'm going to love you and leave you. Happy New Year, and I will see you guys in the next one. Much love. Bye-bye.